No, literally, take us home.
Oh, there it is. Did you use your
I used
Potion, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
You took a hit. That's okay, though. Oh, one of them's down.
Did I get one?
Yeah.
Or did it just change?
Use your potion. There you go.
Is this what I'm supposed to be doing?
I think so.
Should I try switching to the whip?
I would heal
Uh,
first, and then...
Heal first, and then use missiles. Oh boy. It's not doing anything. Oh wow, now you're hitting both of them at the same time. Yeah. Maybe you need the whip again. Yeah, there it goes. Okay.
Oh, now I bet you I can hit him from... Okay, now I bet you I
Try
can
the
actually-
missiles. Holy shit, dude. There it is. Do you have another invincible?
No.
Shit, you got one potion though.
And
Please.
I don't know how to dodge those.
I don't either. Oh my god.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god.
No!
You know what made the difference? Those fucking potions that you used throughout the level.
The two?
Yeah.
All the fucking way back here.
Fast forward.
Well, it shouldn't take as long to get back there.
Yeah, it will. Half hour.
No, not that long, because we don't have any bosses to fight.
I know, but still, it's. Ugh,
You have to go get items, though.
yeah. You'll get the items along the way, though.
Yeah. Alright, we're back. God damn it.
Godspeed.
See what happens. Invisible.
Just remember, do not use it while you are temporarily invincible. Just in case.
Okay.
We don't want to glitch out the boss.
Alright.
Here he comes. At least you're hitting them both at the same time. Now use it! There you go.
No.
Use it again. I guess that's fine. You should be able to... Oh, there they go. Okay. Now...
Should I use a potion?
No.
I'll wait
No.
one more.
One more hit. And now just lace into...
You want me to switch to the gun?
Just lace into him.
Just
Yeah.
lace into
At
him?
this point, yeah. Now use a potion. And yeah, you keep using your invincibilities.
3, 2, 1, now.
Wait a minute.
Wait
Wait a minute. He's not hitting you.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes! Blind spot.
Nice.
Score.
Don't get all smug with that, because you
no,
didn't...
you get as smug as you want.
That was purely parabolic pattern, baby! You suck! Why didn't I see that the first time?
Oh crap!
You kept trying to adjust for it the first time, and the gun kept shifting.
Yeah, it did. So I wonder if the ball
It hard locks it into a position when you got
maybe.
there.
Because if you've ever played in Guardian Legend, do you remember that one crawdad boss? The more you moved, the wilder he got.
Yeah.
So your best bet was just stay stationary and just plow into him.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Could possibly be.
Get the fuck out of here.
Did you only used what, one potion?
Two maybe?
Well, one of the healing.
Two of the invincible ones, one of the healing. That's fucking crazy. Is that all this is now?
Wait, it's almost over.
Well,
And now it just resets.
1989 by Sunsoft.
Now you can hit mute. Because it's going to go right back to the thing.
No, I think that's the end screen right there. It's
well,
not gonna go back to it.
That's if I hit the A button.
Adam's Family in the bank. What do you know about that?
And by Adam's Family, you obviously mean Fester's Quest.
That's what I meant.
Idiot.
I'm
Fester's Quest in the bank. Thank you. Chalk it up for Paul.
You mean Kevin, because...
chalk it up for Paul.
Because you said Adam's Family in the bank. We already did that one.
That's true. Fester's Quest. Well, hot fucking business. So, you know, I seem to remember liking this game more as a kid.
Yeah.
Well, I never played this as a kid, so...
I remember we rented it a couple of times, and I know I talked about that, but, like, I always thought it was better. But anyway, I suppose that's jumping the gun.
So here's the thing, though, about that, is that, obviously, as a kid, you had a much more limited idea of games and capabilities, and you had a much more limited menu of games that you could play, so comparatively speaking, it probably was better at the time.
And I suppose, to another point, it reminded me of Blaster Master, because it was Sunsoft.
And you liked
And I loved Blaster Master. Like, that game was the shit. I never beat it. I still haven't beaten it to this day. But I, for some reason, loved it as a kid. I thought it was because it was a Metroidvania. So it was really fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know, you got powers to go to other areas. Like, it was all one big over map. Like, it was really cool. And so I thought this was kind of in the same vein. So it's like I just ate it up as a kid.
You probably liked it by association.
Probably.
That was it.
Because all the sounds were familiar. Like, the only thing that turned me off to it was the fact that it was Adam's Family, because I don't like the Adam's Family. I never have.
Yeah.
So, like...
I like the movies, but I honestly... I remember thinking to myself and not being able to put two and two together until years later that it's like, how did this game come out in 1989 when the Addams Family movie came out in 1991?
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is that possible? And it's like, because it was based on the old TV show in the 60s, not the movie.
Right.
So, yeah.
And to be honest, this game feels like you could have stripped everything Addams Family related.
Just put another family or characters in there. It could have been anything.
Yeah, and I mean, there was nothing that was... I mean, other than the cutscene of Lurch when you use the noose, there was nothing in this that was, like, referential to the Addams Family. You know what I mean?
Except for the buildings
characters.
and then the house where you have the whole picture of the family and stuff. Like, that was...
Yeah, but that was...
He's talking about, like, actual
But you're talking actual in-game
like anything
stuff.
in-game. Like,
that was the only thing.
Like, this felt like it could have been anything. But I guess, really, you can kind of... You can do that to anything, I suppose. But whatever. Anyway, let's do this. What do you give Fester's Quest for a difficulty?
For a difficulty, it's funny because this game gets such a rap for being one of the most brutally difficult games on the system, and it really isn't. There is nothing overtly difficult about this game.
Oh, not really.
Cheap.
I would honestly give this less than middle of the road. This is 4.
I'm going to agree.
This is a 4 through and through.
We very seldom give 4s. Now, as I look on the thing, Wampum, Ninja Kid, Panic Restaurant. All right,
no, we get 4s. There's 4s.
Yeah.
Except I don't know if we've ever given a game, because people say that Silver Surfer has a brutal difficulty, but we still gave that, I think, a 7.
What did we give Silver Surfer?
Pretty sure we gave it a 7. At least
Silver Surfer, it was a 7.
Yeah, so it's like
that game is still
it was tough.
Yeah,
but it was one that I think it's doable. So hence a 7. This one, I don't think we've ever played a game where there has been such a feeling where people just agree across the board that it's brutally difficult, but it's honestly quite the opposite.
Well, people feel Contra's brutal.
Yeah, that's true too, but
this game it's not even difficult for the right reasons.
No, it's not. It's not. The most difficult part is just in the beginning of the game trying to upgrade your gun, because the gun that you have and the different variations of it up until you get the fully upgraded gun suck.
Yeah.
The fact that it moves in an arc in such a way that enemies can actually, like, defend themselves and still come up upon you when you're rapidly shooting at them. The fact that if you're going up a corridor and your bullet hits a tree or some kind of object,
rock.
it cancels out the entire gun animation. Not just the one bullet that's hitting the rock, it cancels out everything. That is stupid.
It's horrible.
That is stupid, and I don't know why they programmed it.
The gun
Sunsoft
mechanic,
knew how to program games.
The gun mechanic was probably the biggest fall off of this game. Just the fact that attacking anything is a fucking trial. You spend 80% of this game in the sewers.
Yes, you do.
Which, the sewers are so tight quarters, it's irritating.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other word for it.
Yeah.
It's just irritating right out the gate.
Yeah.
Everything takes way too many hits.
I mean, the regular enemies are more difficult, in my opinion, than the bosses are.
Yeah.
The bosses the bosses are predictable. They have patterns that are easy to identify. And in some cases, they have blind spots.
Yeah.
I mean,
the bosses in this game are purely shock factor.
Yeah.
You panic and you run into things. That's it.
I think, honestly, the only boss that we really panicked on at first was Thunderblade, because we just didn't know how to attack him.
Well, even Thunderblade, we didn't really panic on. It was that final boss was, I would say, the one I panicked on the most.
Yeah.
Or we panicked on the most, other than... No, that's about it, because
that was
really
it.
none of the bosses...
Yeah.
I mean, the whip guy, you can evade his whips easily. The first guy, you could have done essentially the same tactic, where you could have evaded it, but you brute forced him anyway, and that worked.
It worked, and everything replenished at the end anyways.
Yeah,
The gun guy that just walked back.
the gun guy just hopped back and forth, you could dodge.
Yeah.
T-Rex.
That's another thing, too, is when you beat bosses, all of your items, like, that you use, like, if you have the 5 potions and invisible potions, they completely restore. All your missiles come back, everything comes back. Like, there's nothing difficult about this game.
We don't really know how hard the T-Rex is. We didn't get to
that's
see.
true. We didn't actually get to see him.
That was weird.
But again, that's something, too, that apparently you can glitch out every single boss in this game.
Really?
I didn't know that. I honestly...
We fucking had no idea.
I literally planned out that I was going to, while I had the temporary invincibility, I was going to start targeting him with the missiles. I hit the A button to start targeting him, and all of a sudden the game glitched out and the boss was defeated. I don't even know what he looks like, to be quite honest, because he was just so glitched out.
He looked like something out of Dinosaurs for Hire.
Could have been, yeah. So,
but
I mean, it's so easy to. I wonder if that would work against any other boss. Like, if I would have done that same thing against another boss, like, would it work?
Like, Thunderblade wasn't intimidating in the fact that you could never touch him until he came to a stop. Like, he always stayed pace to pace with you, which is I actually really liked that. I thought that was really cool programming. So it's like, and even the whip guy that I fought was the same way. So it's like, I like that. It's purely shock. That's what makes you fuck up against the bosses. These stages themselves are harder than anything else.
Yes, they are.
Based on brutal respawn.
Even the enemies, like just the basic enemies, are tougher than anything else in this game.
Even with a fully upgraded gun, they took forever to kill.
They took forever to kill, but then also, too, there's things that jump and chase you, and you literally move at the exact same speed that they do.
Yeah,
so
those weird little underground red gumdrop-looking guys with teeth.
Either you can't get away from them, or else they're right on top of you so that you can't even shoot them anyways, so they're still hurting you, but you can't shoot them.
Granted, your invincibility when you did take a hit was very generous.
Yes,
it was. At least
honestly
like 5 seconds.
That's why
which is insane for any game.
That's why I said the temporary invincibility, the fact that your items respawn after you defeat a boss. Like, there is nothing inherently difficult about this game. There is hardly any mazes. The houses themselves, they say that they're mazes and that you could get lost in them, but there's no enemies in them. No. So there's no
real threat.
There's no real threat. There's no incentive to try to rush through them as fast as you can.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely not. This was not a hard one.
No.
It was frustrating.
It
was grinding. It was
nerves
grinding and unnerving.
And this is the fact that it's hard to play isn't quite the right phrase, but it's because I can't think of anything else. It's hard to play. He controls fine, but he's sluggish and it's hard to hit things.
I guess the only thing I can think of saying it's not fun to play.
It really isn't.
It's really not much fun to play.
It's a chore.
It is.
It felt like a chore.
Yeah.
Even getting back to that final boss was a fucking chore.
Yes, it was.
Because it's such an overly elaborate route in the sewers, and then over the sewers.
But it's one of those
To go
where
back to the sewers.
it's so overtly crazy because when you really boil it down and you look at the map itself of like any area that you're in, like the sewers and stuff like that, the map that you would be on, super tiny.
Yeah.
But it's because of the way that they make it go back and forth that it's almost like a game of Snake.
Yeah.
Where it's like they maximize every single square, and before you know it, you're going to be walking through every single portion of that entire area.
They took the most advantage of the hardware limitations that they could.
Yeah, but they also took a very small area, but then they artificially made it difficult
But that's what I mean.
lining it.
That's what I mean. It was like,
crazy
rather
ways.
than try to like force the game to have too big of a map that didn't work with the hardware, they made a smaller map that's it's a bit more convoluted, but it took advantage of what they could do.
Took a lot longer to walk through. Yes. Yeah.
Honestly, and one of the things too I was thinking of is you really do not get much life.
4 pegs.
4 pegs max. That's if
the
you
fourth
just.
peg is only if you go to the house.
Mm-hmm. If you find the house. Yeah.
Well, the first house, like.
Oh yeah, that one
If
too.
you don't know that's there.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like most people would turn that corner and be like dead end and then turn around. They wouldn't go into it
the
and
wall
look into it.
that we
So,
found
like,
we found on accident.
You're really like playing this game with 3 hits.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane. That actually is pretty fucking hard. But you do get quite a bit to combat it.
It would be, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
I was
moving-
almost gonna inch to a 5.
I'm not.
but
No, I'm not. I'm not
I
moving
think-
it from that 4.
Yeah, you definitely get enough like healing and stuff
Yeah.
to counteract with the hot dog stands, which whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
it would have been. I think this game would have been. Well, I suppose we'll move on to fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, 4 for difficulty. As far as fun goes, I'm probably gonna echo the same. Maybe go down to a 3.
I would go down to 3.
I think
my
I'm gonna go
opinion,
3.
it's gonna be a 3.
I think that sounds right because it's like
it's a 3.
there's too many. Like you said, it's a chore to play.
Mm-hmm.
The money I think should have been more prevalent. You have it's so easy to get it, and you're only ever spending money on the hot dogs to restore your life. That's $5.
It's the only thing.
It would have been different if you could just, instead of them giving you stuff, you bought it from them. So like Wednesday, you bought the vice grips. You buy so many for such and such, or you go into any of the houses and like the items you unlock are still there. You can buy any of the items. You know what I mean? Kind of like a shop, like any game with a shop. But like, so you could buy more than the 5 potions.
Yeah.
You know, you could. It would just cost you. You know.
Yeah.
$20 to buy a potion. You know, there'd be grinding now, but at least
it would serve a purpose.
it would serve a purpose. You're just him handing you 5 and being like, "Good luck."
Yeah.
It's just kind of stupid. Then your money sits there rotting in your pocket.
Yeah. You literally and you max out at 99, and you have nothing to spend it on.
So it's like I feel like, they should have gotten rid of the upgrade downgrade system. It should have just been you bought the upgrades. Period.
That is probably that, along with the shooting, is probably the reason why I will not budge from a 3 when it comes to fun on this.
I agree.
Is that
I agree.
I don't personally, I don't mind that you have upgrades and downgrades.
I do.
That's fine. It sucks when you put downgrades that you can actually. But I will give them a break on that because honestly, Legacy of the Wizard does that with the poison, and I don't care. Because you still have ways to refill your life. You have bread that you can find to help combat that. So it's, in the grand scheme of things, it's not bad.
And this had no health drops.
This had no health drops. But it also, the rate at which it gives those drops...
It's like 1 in 10.
...is what makes it so infuriating. Is the fact that you get so many downgrades that will come about from fighting... And when you really truly need an upgrade, you are waiting and waiting for that upgrade.
Maybe it's like one every 20. That's what it felt like.
No, because honestly, when you think about it, how many blue whips did I get when I was full whip?
Yeah,
and I don't need them anymore.
When you were trying to get the gun.
And then when I was trying to get the gun, all of a sudden I wasn't getting anything.
Yeah.
I was only getting the downgrades. It's like you only give the upgrades, or the probability of doing or of dropping an upgrade only happens, or it goes up when you have a full weapon already. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
To me, it was just ass backwards how they did that.
It was an asinine concept that I think they left. Well, this. You said Blaster Master came before this, right?
Yes.
I feel like it was a concept they pulled from Blaster Master. But they wanted, because, like I mentioned before, in that one you took a hit, you lost your gun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you really can't do that when you only have 3 pegs of health in this.
No.
So it's like they tried to compensate for it.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like it was almost like a Sunsoft thing.
And
to have a weakening system, which is stupid. I've always hated that.
It could have been, yeah.
But like I said, they should have done away with that whole system, and hell, maybe instead of buying the items, fine, keep it to where they give you the full thing. Let me buy the upgrades and make it permanent.
Yeah.
Fine. Maybe you find the stalls or the shops throughout the overworld, and you buy the upgrade, and that shop's closed, and you have to find all the upgrades.
Yep.
Boom, done.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, at least it would give you a degree of exploration.
Mm-hmm.
This is, it's infuriating, and it felt very shallow. Like,
yeah.
It really didn't feel like there was a whole lot of substance to this.
No, there really wasn't.
No,
I mean, honestly,
not a whole lot of substance, not a whole lot of variety.
The maps were honestly very small.
Yeah.
You were basically led where you had to go, which I personally,
For the most part, yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. I like games that are like very straightforward, A to B. Like,
yeah.
I'm okay with that. But this, they put so many unnecessary like blocks in your way in order to get to B that it's like they artificially lengthen the game, and this was the way to do it, was to go into the sewers, was to do what, like, all these I don't know but it just, yeah, to me it was just
yeah, this game definitely had way more shortcomings than it did.
And we talked about the gun and the shooting. That was quite possibly the most frustrating part of this game.
The whip was pointless.
The whip was really pointless.
The fact that you can pick up items with the whip, while a novel idea, really falls flat in execution.
Yes, it does.
Because now you're picking up shit that you're either not intending to pick up, and you're inadvertently making yourself weaker.
Which happened with the gun. Gave you the downgrade.
Yeah,
yep.
So it's like there is zero incentive to use the whip.
No. Not at least not in the sewer areas or in the overworld areas. Maybe against bosses who don't drop anything, and in some cases you have to use the whip.
Right, and it seemed to work stronger against that gun on that final boss.
Yeah,
I felt like I was shooting that cocksucker for a long time.
Definitely.
It didn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Well, and you were also only shooting one gun at a time too, even though your bullets were hitting both of them.
Right.
And then the whip was hitting both of them.
Yeah, slicing up both.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely has more downfalls.
To me, the only redeeming factor, and there really wasn't that much of it, was I like the music, but I'm a sucker for Sunsoft music. I think they knew how to do good music.
They did.
And
you're gonna love the Blaster Master soundtrack.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that right now.
So I mean, I loved that, but honestly, there really wasn't a whole hell of a lot that I liked about it.
I'm right there with you, buddy.
I wanted this to be the way, and I don't know if we did this, if we said this off camera or during a fast forward. I wanted this so badly to be a Metroidvania type game. Mm-hmm. And I thought that it was going to be, because of the fact that you had to go from house to house gaining items, and then from those items you would then basically be able to pave your way to the next areas.
I feel like you kind of thought this was more of like a Rygar. Because Rygar is Metroidvania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it honestly, it did not end up being that way. I mean, the TNT worked against basically one boss. That was the only reason why we...
It was too slow otherwise.
Yeah, it was super slow. The vice grips, we didn't really need those to be...
There's only one enemy in the
honest.
game that slows you down.
It's the mosquitoes.
The face that makes the mosquitoes.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, there's just really not much to love about this game.
There really isn't. There's really not a lot of charm. Like I said, the game just feels empty. Yeah. It doesn't feel like there's a lot going for it.
No.
Which is unfortunate, because Sunsoft, I don't know.
It seems like Sunsoft was very hit or miss.
Yeah.
And this was definitely, they whiffed on this one.
So, all right, that's a 4 for difficulty, a 3 for fun. Paul, what did you pay for this game?
I paid 99 cents for this game. I remember this is one of the pickups that I got at GameStop when they were still selling Nintendo games, but it was during a phase where I was basically buying every Nintendo game that I could find that I didn't have that was either 99 cents or $1.29. Sometimes I would splurge and I would go for $1.99.
Oh my God!
Or, God forbid, a $2.99 game.
Oh man, that's too expensive.
Breaking the bank.
Yeah,
it's too expensive for my blood.
But this was definitely one of the ones that I picked up for 99 cents.
All right, as of this video on PriceCharting.com, Fester's Quest goes for $5.93. Paul, do you think that's worth it for Fester's Quest?
Can you believe this? That's not expensive at all.
It's really not.
But it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Honestly, I don't think...
You don't think so?
I don't think it is.
You don't think it's worth a play just for it to experience its notoriety?
I truly don't think so.
Really?
Because you just said it right there. The only reason to play this game... The only reason to play this game is to see how frustrating it can be.
Yeah. I mean,
you're
honestly,
not going to have fun playing it.
It's like buying Silver Surfer just to experience how it's legendary difficulty.
See, I would rather play Silver Surfer than this game.
Silver Surfer, good music.
I like Silver Surfer. I like the music.
Good too.
I like the graphics. I like the bosses. Like that Mephisto was in there. I love
Brett the Hitman Hart.
I love that Sinister was in there. At least his image was in there, but the last guy of the game, Magic, was definitely not Sinister.
Was Barney the purple dinosaur?
Yeah, for the most part, he was Parasite from Superman.
Yeah.
But honestly, I would rather play Silver Surfer. This, I do not truly believe it has any redeeming qualities, and I would not say for $6 it's not worth it, because you're only playing it to experience how frustrating it can be. Tell me what you think, though. I would be very curious to hear, but I think that I just sold you. I just sold you.
You go first.
You're both wrong.
What's your?
You're always
so
wrong.
far?
You're both wrong. You're both wrong. This game is a 10 for fun, a 3 for difficulty. No,
10 for fun. I will kill you.
To be honest, it for me, but I also have a different experience with it because I grew up playing it.
You are looking at it with nostalgic eyes.
I do have,
and I will never fault you for that.
I have that bias already, and I'll fully admit that. I'm also a huge fan of both the Addams Family, like movies, the TV series, and the original comic.
Yeah, I'm really not.
And I also liked the cartoon.
That's right, they did have a cartoon.
Yeah, so like
I like the cartoon.
I have that bias going in. So for me, I can other than like the upgrade downgrade system, and like the way the bullets interact with walls, like I can kind of forgive like the rest of the design of the game, but like those aspects, I kind of go, I don't know what the hell they were thinking.
Yeah, even from just looking at it from a technical standpoint, that's a huge faux pas.
Yeah.
Having your entire shot come to a dead stop.
Yeah, especially in a game where like that is your primary means of attack.
Right. I had no idea that it was a Hanna-Barbera property with the
cartoon
family. Well, the comics.
Oh, the comics were? No, because that's not even the original comic.
Yeah, at least in Blaster Master, if your gun was hitting the walls, you could still use grenades.
74 is the earliest that I can find.
Oh my god.
For the comics.
Exciting.
It's great because you got Frankenstein here playing the guitar.
No, this is the original Addams Family. It's a comic strip from a newspaper.
Oh, it's a newspaper comic strip. It's not a comic book. Oh, okay, gotcha. Huh,
like it's like an old like.
Oh, that's nice, actually.
Yeah, so like they're like it's old. It goes back quite a ways.
All right, well, this was one that you enjoyed as a kid.
I don't enjoy it as an adult.
Do you think that it's worth it? $6 is pretty cheap.
That's the thing. That's
That's
where I'm like struggling.
So okay.
Yeah,
then is it worth it? Sure, it's worth it. Would I recommend it? No.
Oh, absolutely not.
See, if it was like $3, I would definitely say, yeah, pick it up, have fun.
To be quite honest, this game
$5?
is.
I don't think there's fun to be had.
No, there really is.
Personally,
No.
But like I said, I do love the boss designs. I think they're fucking immaculate.
Cool.
They look great for this era.
To be quite honest, Thunderblade reminded me of the.
They look like something out of the Immortal.
They looked like the God, what are those? Like the goat.
It's like a satyr.
Yeah, like a satyr from Doom. The enemy that had the goat legs with the horns and stuff.
Yes.
It looks exactly like that.
I don't know what they're called.
They have the big guns.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
That was the
Wait,
first...
you're talking about like the steam demons, the big guys?
I don't.
They have the gun arm.
Yeah, I think that's them.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about the imps and the.
No, it's
like,
not an imp. It's the big one.
I'm about to say if this were like $10, absolutely not worth it. No, but as stupid as this sounds, the 93 cents pushes me to say no. If it was $5 or under, I would say yes. It sounds so stupid to say out loud, but like I feel like this is a 5 or less title.
So you're talking like the cyber.
So
demons.
like
Yes.
Okay.
That guy.
So like for $6, buy a pack of gum. Like I don't know. Like I just that's kind of where it's like I'm $6 really isn't that bad of a price, especially since with the inflation of prices on games now. $6 is still pretty good. I think you would get a decent play out of it if you've never played it. Just the fun of exploring and you know seeing the items and fucking Pugsley, you know what I mean? Just fucking Pugsley. Like I guess I could kind of see it, but
I think about it in terms of this.
It's a goofy thing for me.
If I saw this, because trust me, I am not above. Like if I see a game in a store like that I may already have or something like I actually ended up doing that with Legacy of the Wizard, where I ended up finding it for like $3 or $4, so that's why I bought another copy. I am not above doing that with any game that I have in my library.
Yeah.
If I saw this game in a store for $5, I wouldn't buy it because I'm like, it's just it's not worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I
just could not. I cannot. I know it's not a lot of money, but at the same time, I'm not about to say, well, because it's not a lot of money, it's worth it. No, it's not. It's not worth it.
Yeah. I suppose if it was three or less, sure.
Then yes, you'll have a harder time saying if it's $1.99. Yeah, probably not.
Right.
Don't pass it up.
Yeah, give it a romp. But other than that, I really couldn't recommend playing it either.
No, I won't recommend this game ever.
Only if you're just like Silver Surfer. Just if you want to experience the notoriety itself, or just the infamy it's gained over the years. Maybe, but other than that, I wouldn't buy it to think you're gonna have a good time.
No,
sorry, Kevin.
You're just wrong.
To be quite honest, I had more fun with Milon's Secret Castle.
Oh, that's just terrible.
I had more fun with Darkman.
Oh, don't go that far.
Don't go that far.
No.
No,
I don't think so.
I had more fun with Faria. Well, there we go. That's probably a better.
Flip this table if you're having more fun with Darkman.
I had more fun with Faria than I did this. But anyway, there you go. That is Fester's Quest.
Yep.
So, hit us up on Facebook.
Hit us up on Twitter.
Go to PowerTripGaming.tv. Takes you directly to this channel where you can watch all the other videos we've done. This is 213, I think.
Holy cow. That's a lot.
We're approaching that 1/3 mark.
You can also check out our side quest material where we play games that aren't the NES, where we can play the Super Nintendo, the Sega Genesis, the PlayStation, whatever we want. And it's a lot less frustrating.
Much less frustrating. If you don't want to contact us on iTunes, not iTunes, because you really can't. Well, you
Through social media.
Through social media. You can always send us an email at nespowertrip@gmail.com.
Yes. But check us out on iTunes and Stitcher.
Please.
Check out the PTG Powercast, where we talk about video games and comic books and all other good stuff.
That's right. Kevin and I do some reviews on games and stuff. Sort of.
Sometimes.
Give our opinions on things that come out that interest us. Pique our interest. Pika Pika.
Next time on Power Trip.
Pikachu!
No, we're not.
We'll play something better! Bow!
That's where this video is going to get flagged. It's too close to the real song.
Chibata.